Good morning, guys. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. So I don't really know how to start this video, but it's been something that I've been thinking about making for a while. And I don't want it to come off as like a rant video or that I don't love what I do, because I really do. But I just want to talk about how it's not as easy as everyone thinks it is. I am self-employed. I'm a full-time photographer, and then I do have income coming in from YouTube. So I do consider YouTube like a job, because yes, I make videos for fun and I love doing that, and I love capturing like my memories and documenting that and just being able to have those. But at the same time, it is hard. I have to work a lot. I put in a ton of hours, especially with it being Vlogmas right now. I put in so many hours to YouTube, and I mean, yes, I'm getting paid from YouTube, but it's not anything crazy or anything that would compare to my photography income or having like a standard like minimum wage job probably. But it does come with a lot of benefits, that I can work from home, I can sit here with my dog, I can work on my own schedule. But at the same time, I feel like I talk about the benefits of it a lot, but I don't necessarily talk about the downside. And I feel like a lot of people look at me and they're like, oh my gosh, she's living the absolute dream. She can just sit at home and do nothing all day and watch TV, and she just gets paid to do that. That is not the case, my friends. That is not the case. And today, I'm exhausted. I don't want to film a video. I don't want to have to think about what I'm doing for Vlogmas tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day. And I'm just exhausted. We got back from Georgia yesterday. I'm trying to sit here and edit that video, but I just don't even feel like it. I'm so tired. I had a session right before we left. I have to edit that. I have to get stuff in order for the wedding. I have to think about my videos that are coming later this week and next week. I have to think about stuff for Christmas. I have to think about so many things, and I'm just stressed. I'm always stressed. Today is Monday. Monday is usually a day I sit down and film 4 or 5 videos so that I can start to edit them and have them going up throughout the rest of the week. Monday is my main day for filming now that I'm trying to like put so much into this. But I also have to edit a session I had last week. I also have to update a lot of my stuff for taxes coming up for my business and get like my end of year stuff in order. I just have a lot of stuff that I need to do, and I feel like if I just keep all of it in with how stressed I am, then I will just like break down and it will not be a good thing. So I figured I would take this opportunity while I'm feeling overwhelmed, while I am feeling stressed. Why not take you guys along and tell you a little bit about, like, show you more of how being self-employed is hard, and it's a lot of work, and there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes that you guys would never even see, and just talk about some of the things I wish I knew before I jumped into full-time photography. Because honestly, at the beginning, I was like, man, this will be great. I can stay home, I can make my own schedule, I can work with my clients, take their pictures, and everything is so happy and good, and that's all. There is so much more that goes on besides that. Like, those are all great things and they make my job so worth it, but at the same time, I'm like, if I only knew. So I think I'm just gonna sit here on the couch. I shoved my laptop over there. I'm gonna take a break from editing. I've got Finn resting on my lap. I didn't change out of my pajamas. I'm still in my sweatshirt. I just threw on my glasses, woke up this morning, and became overwhelmed with my forever long to-do list. And I saw this note in my office about a video idea I had before about what I wish I knew, and I started thinking, and I'm like, let's sit down right here today. We have no tripod. I'm just holding my camera today, and it's just gonna work. So, what I wish I knew. I wish that I knew that self-employment was a huge self-sacrifice, in that you can't really ever turn off work. This goes for YouTube or photography. Most people, like David, he gets to come home every day from work and sit down and just be done. He doesn't have to worry about work or focus on work until he goes back in the next day. Me, I work the craziest, oddest hours. I woke up last night, I couldn't sleep last night. I woke up at 1 in the morning and there I am answering emails and stuff, posting on my business page. I noticed it started to snow and I was like, hey, if anyone wants a snow session tomorrow, let me know. And you know, most people don't wake up in the middle of the night and think, let me start working. I'm constantly brainstorming ideas for videos, brainstorming ideas for like marketing myself, constantly going through and like thinking about different ideas that I have for weddings next year, engagement sessions, reaching out to new clients, client gifts, all of that. And I just didn't know that it would be almost impossible for me to just turn my brain off from work. That is something I didn't expect. I used to just think, okay, well, I'll work until like, you know, 7 o'clock at night and then I'll be done. No. You try to work until 7 o'clock at night and then you try to be done and then your brain is like, well, think about this and think about this. And I have to-do lists literally scattered all over my house that are like, I don't even know how I'll ever get any of it done, but I have it and I just keep adding and adding and adding, and it's ridiculous. It is very draining being self-employed because I have an office, but like I still work from home. So I'll wake up in the morning, come downstairs, eat breakfast, hang out with my dog, and then I'll like today I went in there and I tried to sit down and start working, but then he's down here crying, so I bring him upstairs and then he wants to play. And then I'm just like, it's just hard. Like, it's hard. It's not his fault that he wants to play, but like it's hard to balance my time no matter what. Like if David's home, it's hard to balance my time. He's off on Tuesdays. It's hard for me to work when he's here because I want to hang out with him. It's very draining being self-employed because I am the only one who can do all of the stuff for my business. No one else knows how. No one else knows, you know, how I'm maintaining my Instagram, what I'm posting, my captions. They don't know my marketing strategy or how I keep track of my expenses or my payroll or anything like that. It's not like I can be like, hey, can you do this for me? Because like the amount of time it would take for me to explain how to do it right, like I could just do it. And it's just hard because no one can do it for you, but at the same time, no one will notice if you don't do it. So you have this constant battle like, oh, I need to post on my Instagram because I need to keep up with my clients and I need to like let them know what's going on and all of this. And then at the same time, you're stressing and stressing and stressing about your next post. And then at the same time, like, no one cares if you post it or not. So like, it's a constant battle and you're like, what do I do? Why am I stressed over something that really doesn't matter like that much? If someone like likes your work, they're not going to be like, oh, well, I have to see what she posts the next 3 days to make sure I like it. It's like they're going to look back through your history of it and everything like that. But it's very draining and stressful to worry about stuff like that. Being self-employed is lonely. Like, thank God I have Finn now because he makes me feel like I'm not going crazy. I sit here just by myself most days. I feel weird because on our road trip, like, we would all pick like different genres of music and different playlists to listen to, and like no one would know like everyone's like the songs in other people's playlists, but like there I am, I know all the words to almost all of them because all I do is sit here and edit all day and listen to music or podcasts while I edit. So I'm like really knowledgeable in the music world right now because that's what I do all day while I'm editing. But I don't have like coworkers to go in and see every day or to talk to or, you know, anything like that. If I'm talking to people, it's clients. I'm emailing them, I'm talking to them about their wedding plans. I have a meeting later tonight, so I go and like meet with them. So like I get a lot of people interaction, but it's never like, let's talk about life and what we're doing outside of work and blah 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 blah, you know. I spend lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of time in front of a computer, whether I am editing photos, editing video. I spend lots of time talking to myself. Like, how bizarre is it that I'm sitting here talking to my camera by myself in my house? Like, I know you guys will watch this later and like be able to comment on the video and talk back to me, but like this is kind of weird. I don't think it's weird anymore, but like a lot of people would think it's weird if they just like came in and I'm like, oh yeah, blah 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 blah, you know. It hurts my eyes, my head, my back to spend so many hours a day in front of my computer. It's hard for me to do that like mentally and physically. It's just draining. I'm exhausted at the end of the day. I spend a ton of time on my phone, and a lot of that, like, David will sometimes bring up and be like, well, you can be on Facebook all day if you want to. And I'm like, yeah, but like, Facebook's not a place where I go and relax. Like, I would not have a Facebook unless, like, if I didn't depend on Facebook for part of my, like, marketing for my business. Like, I just would not. There's nothing, like, I need to see on there. But he's like, well, you can just scroll through Facebook whenever. And I'm like, yeah, because I'm getting notifications that, like, someone shared your post or someone commented on this or they messaged you back about this. And it's like, that's work for me. That's not, like, relaxing and fun. I wish I would have known that being self-employed is, like, for the past few months for me, it has not been scary at all, because it's been like fall and a lot of people wanted family pictures and all of that. But I wish I would have known at the beginning that it's scary not knowing where your next paycheck will come from. It's scary not knowing when the next person will email you for a wedding. It's scary not knowing if you're gonna invest money in your ads and they just don't attract any paying clients. It's scary not being able to budget. It's scary not knowing if you can pay for something because you don't know if someone's gonna want, like, you as their photographer versus someone else even after they talk to you for so long. It's scary going into all these meetings and putting your whole self out there, giving them all your whole rundown about everything that comes with your wedding package, who you are as a person, how you like to run the wedding day, all of that, and then them turn around and going with someone else and giving you no explanation. It's scary to think like, oh my gosh, it was me. Like, that's why they didn't want to go with me. It was like the way I acted or the way I came off as a person or anything else like that. It's just scary because it all comes back to you. It's unpredictable. That's just what it is. I wish I would have known that the only person that is 100% responsible for my business is me. Like, obviously I knew that, but I didn't know the extent to that. I'm the one that has to work on making sure that I get clients and marketing for them. I'm the one who has to make sure all of those clients are responded to with their email. They are happy. They love their pictures. They're edited the right way. They love, like, they feel confident looking at them and looking at the way that they are captured. I'm responsible in making sure that they do look good in photos, that I get the right angles, that I get the natural smiles, the loving moments, those moments throughout the wedding day that they don't see. I'm the one who's responsible in capturing those, but I'm also responsible for, like, doing all of my money management, making sure that I am taking out for my taxes and taking out for everything. There's a lot of things to worry about with money. You have to make sure you have money for your business, and then you have to make sure that you can pay yourself correctly, and you can't just get, like, money from a wedding and then just keep it all. Like, a lot of that goes, a lot of that goes to taxes. But, like, you have to, like, do your expenses. So, like, your gas to get to and from the wedding, the equipment you rented, if you had to buy another memory card or batteries or a flash, or, you know, going out to get coffee with your clients, that's a tax deductible expense. You have to keep track of all of that. And that was something that I was like, oh my, like, this is a lot to worry about. It takes a whole bunch of organization if you want to be self-employed. You have to, like, get yourself together, because if you, like, lose one of your receipts, you'll be like, oh my gosh, how much was that coffee on that Tuesday? Like, you have to keep track of all of that and, like, document it, write it down, all of that. You have to get yourself in order legally. You can't just buy a camera and be like, I'm a photographer, pay me now. You have to make sure that everything within your state is good. Make sure that you are all completely set up and that you have no legal issues, because that can come back and just bite you in the butt. There's just, like, a lot that goes into running a business behind the scenes, and I've had lots of people ask me if I can go into that more and, like, how I made sure that I was legal and set everything up and the whole process behind that. But I've said it once and I'll say it again, I will not go into that, because number one, that stuff changes pretty often. I don't want you to take your advice from me. And number two, you have to, it changes depending on your state for how you set up, like, if you want a DBA or LLC, how you set up your business license and the paperwork process and registering for your business name and all of that. It changes. So look online, Google. They usually have, Ohio had a nice little checklist you just went through, and it was super easy. One of the last things that I have written down on here that I wish I knew is that I wish I would have known that everyone judges you no matter what you do. when I was still in PT school, everyone judged me and they're like, I don't know why you would go to PT school when photography makes you so happy. Shouldn't you at least try that before you go and blow all your money on grad school? And then as soon as I dropped out of grad school, I had those same people come back and they're like, well, I don't understand why you wouldn't like just take the time and then go back to grad school, because photography is obviously not going to work out for you, and I don't understand why you would not go back to school, because obviously you'd make more money as a PT versus a photographer. So like, everyone has their opinions and you're gonna disappoint everyone no matter what you do. So the only person that you need to like care about like what they think is yourself. Obviously I have to care about what David thinks too, because like he's my husband or fiance or however you decide to take that right now. But I care about his opinion, so obviously I would go through him. But really, when you make your decisions for being self-employed, just know that you're not going to please everyone. You just can't. It's too hard. People are too opinionated nowadays and you can't make them all happy. So it is what it is. I think that's pretty much it for what I wish I would have known before I just jumped into being full-time. I can't really think of many off the top of my head right now. They go through my head pretty often. I should start writing them down and then do a follow-up later. But don't get me wrong, being self-employed is literally the best thing that's like ever happened to me, because I can make my own schedule. I can go travel whenever I want to. I am my own boss. I would not want to work for anyone else. I think I am too smart for that. People always told me that I had a brain smart enough to go into physical therapy and become a doctor. But I think they should have been telling me that I had a brain smart enough to not work for anyone else, because I can work for myself and make it work. I'm determined and organized and smart enough to do it. So if you were dabbling on the fence about whether or not you want to quit your full-time job, I say do it. Self-employment is so hard, but it is like one of the best things. Like, it's amazing. It's really hard, but it's amazing. But that is pretty much it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Sorry that I'm just feeling overwhelmed and that I don't want to film any more videos or pictures, but I set a goal for myself and I am determined to reach it. I knew this would be a challenge creatively and I want to keep doing it. So I know I don't feel like filming, but I want to keep posting on YouTube, so I'm going to. I know that there are going to be some people that comment and they're like, oh, you can just take a break. It's okay. We don't care. I care. I wanted to do this. I'm going to do it. I might not ever do Vlogmas again, but I'm going to do it this year. But that is pretty much it for today's video. If you guys have any questions about being self-employed, comment them down below. No one was ever there to help me when I was starting, so I would love to like be that person for you. If you just need someone to encourage you to be like, quit your job, I'm your girl. 100% just quit. You got this. Your life is better than that. If you're wanting to quit so bad, go out there and do it. Yeah, but that is all. Thanks for watching today. I'll see you guys for another day of Vlogmas tomorrow, and subscribe to my channel. Bye guys.